business trip.
Did the people move around?
It does tingle a little bit. All right. Welcome to Top 3. I'm Matt with the DPI podcast. Over on the other screen is Peter with Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel, and he's got the Wookiee.
Nah, there's no proof.
Yeah, there is.
It's my
Either
son.
you've got the Wookiee or you really need to shave. So, if you've been with us before, thanks for coming back. If you haven't been here for a top 3, this is our ranking part of the show where we draw a random Disney category, and Peter and I have 20 seconds to figure out how we are going to rank whatever we've got in that category. So I am going to pull a chip out of here. We are going to do number 5. And let's see what number 5 is. Number 5 tonight is top 3 statues for the 50th anniversary. Really? You're distraught over this one?
It's fine.
All right. Here we go.
Planning your first trip and getting overwhelmed by all the details? Planning your next trip and just want some new suggestions on things you haven't tried? Contact me at Princess and the Mouse Travel, and I'd love to work with you planning your next trip to the most magical place on earth.
You can contact Princesses and the Mouse Disney Travel on Facebook at PATM Disney Travel. Man, 20 seconds keeps going by faster and faster and faster and faster and faster.
Especially on things where, like, in this one, God, how many are there? There's
50.
50 of them?
Yeah.
So I have to go through, like, where have I seen them? Which ones have I interacted with my Magic Band Plus? Let's talk about that just to buy ourselves some more time. So one of the unique advantages of buying the Magic Band Plus, which is the more expensive version, is when you get near one of the statues, you will get a haptic that vibrates your Magic Band, and if you tap it to activate it and hold it near the statue, some type of a song or like phrase from that character will play. So that's pretty neat. So, you know, a reason, one of the few, let's be honest, reasons to just kind of splurge a little bit and get that Magic Band Plus.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of decent reasons to get the Magic Band Plus. I still think it's a little bit overpriced, but it does have some cool functionality within the parks, whether it be with the statues, whether you're doing the Star Wars game through Galaxy's Edge. There's a lot of cool things that you can do with the Magic Bands. So I'll go ahead and start. I'm going to start in Epcot. And I'm going to go with the Hey Hey and Pua statue over in Epcot. It is over by Port of Entry. And basically it's a statue with Hey Hey and then Pua on his head. Or is it Pua? It's Hey Hey with Pua on his head. It's a
Pua with Hey Hey on his head. Why would you put the pig on top of the chicken?
Because the pig's small.
No, it is totally Hey Hey on top of Pua.
Okay. Say Hey on top of Pua.
Almost certain.
And
yeah,
so
I'm looking up a picture. I'm finding a picture of this. There's no way you're right. I'm going to find a picture right now.
Okay, Peter's looking for a picture for verification on who's on top.
This is derailed already. We're on number 3.
I mean, any way you slice it's a chicken bacon switch sandwich. So, but yeah, it's Hey Hey and Pua.
It's got to be the chicken on top of it. All right, that's a good one. I was very upset because it's definitely going to be one of my top 3 because I really like that one. I'll go ahead and stay in Epcot, and I will talk about and this is a good one for number 3 because some people feel very differently than I do about this figure. But I am a really, really big fan of Figment. And so over in Epcot, over near his area, you can find Figment in one of the little topiary areas. And I'm just a big fan of Figment. And so I love his statue. I love that he was included in the best characters in the Fab 50 statues. Now, technically, the Fab 50 cheats a little bit because I think there's actually close to like 70-something figures on the 50 statues. 36 statues. There are 50 total figures. So there are 36 statues, and Figment is one of them, one of those 50 characters. So love it. Love Figment. Look for him next time you're in Epcot. So now we got 2 in Epcot, and it is officially Hey standing on top of Pua's head.
Okay, so we do have verification that it is Hey on top of Pua.
Yes, I found it.
You are frozen in the best pose on your camera right now. You look like Will Smith and Hitch when he gets the shellfish allergy. So
I should be moving it. Am I moving again?
You're moving now. You're good. You're good.
It was because I was opening up a picture as well as streaming. So
you need a better connection, dude. I have like 70 tabs open and all right, let's go ahead and let's get to number 2. You stupid thing. We will here in a second, I guess. There we go. Choice number 2. Okay, my number 2, I'm going over to Hollywood Studios. And I'm going to go with BB-8.
Unreal. Normally we overlap a little. You literally did buy 2 in a row.
BB-8 is such a great statue because I think you actually get kind of the scale of BB-8 and what he would actually be in real life, and that's really cool. It is over in the Echo Lake area of Hollywood Studios, and no, just a really cool statue. He's there with R2-D2, and just like I said, I think it's really cool because you get that scale. He's a really unique character and at a really cool scale for you to see. So my number 2 is BB-8. Peter, where are you going for your number 2?
I think I'm going to head to Animal Kingdom just to give it a little bit of love. I'm going to try and get into all of the parks here. So we both went Epcot. You went Hollywood Studios. I'll go over to Animal Kingdom and talk about one of my favorites there. I really like the Nemo and Dory statue. So over near, so you would think that, oh, this is probably over by their theater. It is not over by the theater. It is actually really close to where the meet and greet for Doug is. Yeah. So kind of over by that Wilderness Explorer stand near the Tree of Life is actually where you'll find the Nemo and Dory statue. I just like the look of that one. It looks really nice. I really am a big fan of the Finding Nemo franchise. I like that show at Animal Kingdom. It's a great one. Even the redesign is much quicker and cleaner, but still keeping many of the original songs. The songs are just a bit shorter for those of you that did see the other show. But that other show was close to like 40-something minutes long. And now you're in and out in like, I mean, sitting down, waiting for the show to start, getting up, leaving. But the show itself is like 20 minutes long now. So just way more attainable to fit into your Disney day. So, but that's not what we're here to talk about. I like the Nemo and Dory statue. And again, it is by the Tree of Life over by where you can meet Doug.
All right. Before we get into our number ones, and Peter, I'm going to let you have your number 1 first this week since I've already taken 2 of yours.
Oh, you go ahead. I've got 3 different ones.
Yeah, I've got 2. So, but before we get to our number ones, if you have an idea for top 3, hit us up on the website below, patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com/planning, and you can give us an idea for a top 3 episode. We've had a ton of good ideas come from our viewers, so definitely go over there and do that. Or you can just put one in the comments on YouTube or on Twitch or over on Facebook, wherever. Just let us know it is a top 3 idea. So let's go ahead and get into our number 1s. I know you want to go to all of the parks, but I'm staying in Hollywood Studios because I think this is by far the best constructed of all the statues, and it's Joe from Soul. He's over there right outside the entrance to the Hollywood Brown Derby, and he's sitting on his piano bench playing the piano, but it's just a set of floating keys. And just the way that they put this one together is really, really cool to look at. It photographs great for the photographers, because you can get the Hollywood Studios sign in the back where you're going back into like the old studio lot area. And just a really, really cool statue. And I think a tip to a movie that doesn't get enough love at Disney yet, because Soul was a really, really good movie. So my number 1 this week is going to be the statue of Joe from Soul. Peter, before you get to your number 1, where can people find you?
Mostly on Facebook. That's the easiest way to find me. And, just search up Princess and the Mouse Disney Travel, and you'll find me over there. That's the easiest thing, and then I'll ask you some questions. You can also find us on our website. That is scrolling periodically. At some point when it is, Matt will go, oh, look, there it is. Excuse me. We'll get talking. Especially now is a great time. I know it sounds crazy to say this, but 2024 packages are released. No time like the present. If you think you want to go in 2024, if you think you have the dates hammered out, here's the bottom line. Let's say you might go during a 2-week period. Give me a call. We'll book you a stay for the entire 2 weeks, knowing full well that we're going to drop it to a 5-night stay, but we will have your room locked in for only a $200 deposit. And then we can trim the vacation down once you hone in on the actual dates that your kid's school or your work or whatever the situation is. The mistake that people make is that they wait sometimes too long trying to figure out the actual dates, when the reality is you can book 10 nights of hotel stay for $200, and there's absolutely no penalty if 70 days before you go, we trim it down to a 4-night stay. Like, there's no issue with that whatsoever. If anything, you're going to make somebody else's day who did shuffle their feet and wait a little bit too long. So,
and especially if you're looking at some of those more unique rooms, like the treehouse bungalows or the poly bungalows, or something that might be a little bit harder to get your hands on. Booking right on day 1 when the reservations open is usually the only time that you can get something like that, or trying to get it as early as possible. So, if you are looking for one of those cool, kind of out of the ordinary room situations, definitely reach out to Peter as well. So, Peter, what is your number 1 this week?
So I will get us to all of the parks, and I know this is kind of a sellout, but in the same way that you just talked about Joe and what he brings in terms of the unique statue artistry, that's one of the reasons I like Nemo and Dory as well. They got this really nice coral reef around them, and it's like kind of set into this rocky garden area, so it photographs really, really well. But I'm going to go with, I got honorable mentions. If I have to pull the Wookiee card, I'll pull the Wookiee card. There are 3 at Magic Kingdom that I really, really love. But my number one, and it totally seems like a sellout and an obvious answer, but I'm going to go with Mickey and Minnie right next to each other. They're just a little bit to the right in one of the little floral areas in the hub. And what's fantastic about Mickey and Minnie is they're together. Mickey's in kind of like a welcome to my home type of stance. Minnie's kind of looking, super Minnie like adorable, hands down, stuff like that. But the shot that you get with that, especially if you can get it early in the morning before the park busies up too much, or late at night when you get the atmospheric lighting going on, is the castles in the backdrop. And so you want to talk about something that photographs really well. Kind of honorable mention, and this one's more of a fun one, is Chip and Dale are kind of to the left side of that same area, and you can get them with a fountain and the castle. This photo right here is that fountain in front of the castle that now Chip and Dale are sitting in front of, because that was taken prior to the Fab 50. So I love that shot and all of that. So yeah, you got to go with, you've got the two most iconic Disney characters sitting in front of the most iconic thing for Disney World. It just has to be my number one best statue over at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I think that's a great one to end on. I think if I was going to go honorable mention, I love the Stitch statue at Magic Kingdom. Stitch is kind of coming out of the side of a building with one of the 50th gold coins.
Yeah, he's by the purple wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, how long do you think before Disney releases these in like a collector's set where you can get the little statues like this size?
So you could get those throughout the 50th. So I don't know. It would make sense. You can actually, what's cool is you can buy them in ornaments right now. If you go into any of the Christmas shops, they have like 8-packs, and there might be, there's 36 statues. I'm going to pay attention. I'm going next week. We can even talk about maybe doing like a little sideshow, because I'll be down there Thursday through Sunday of next week. And I'll double check, but I think you can get all 36, because I know there's 4 different packs, and I think each of the 4 different packs have like, maybe there's 5 different packs and there's 6 to 8 of them in each. But
that would be cool.
I'll double check. I know you can get them in ornaments though, because we almost bought an 8-pack when we were there for spring break. But I'll double check on that when I'm there next weekend. So my honorable mention, since you took an honorable mention, again, I had 2, so I have to trim it down. I really love that they did Gus and Jock as a Fab 50 statue right there by the castle. It's kind of down that path with the wishing well, is where you'll find them. So yeah, I love that they did. Or no, it's before that path, down by the right side turrets, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gus and Jock, I remember. I'm 38 now, and I still remember just loving Gus's and like the way that Gus and Jock interacted with one another, and how he shoved all the corn into his mouth, and like they were very, very memorable characters for me in that movie growing up. And so I love that they made the list of statues as well, because as far as supporting character goes, boy, you got to deep dive in a lot of people's memory to get all the way down to Gus and Jock.
Yeah. All right, well, great top 3. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining us this week. Again, if you do have a top 3 idea, put it down in the website, patmdisneytravel.wixsite.com/planning. There's a box up in the upper right-hand corner. Give us your suggestion. Put it in the Twitch comments, over in the YouTube comments, wherever you can put those ideas. We'd love to do some top 3s, more top 3s from the audience, because we have had some audience participation on this already. No client question this week, but stay tuned. We are working on a new segment that's going to come this fall, and we are going to be doing a very quick, like 15-minute deep dive into rides, into restaurants, into hotels. It's going to be a really, really cool segment, I think. We're still kind of ironing out the details, but definitely stay tuned. Check that out when it starts popping up, because we're going to have some really interesting information about, some of the history of some of these areas and that kind of stuff. So, no, I'm really looking forward to it. And then we're going to have a lot of stuff coming out of D23 this September as well. So, again, Thank you guys all for joining us tonight. Have a good week, and we will see you next week. Bye now. Hey, thanks for checking us out today. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help out the channel. Also, if you're looking for some more Disney content, check this out. I think you're going to like it.